Talk today about flock aggression in your poultry. The first thing I would say is check your feed source. How high is the protein? If it's too high, then that can cause aggression. We've seen that in our Turnix quail. They were on the feed intended for them, and they were killing each other. We put them on 18% chick start, and they're fine. So the second thing is avoid protective species and breeds. If it says protective or aggressive on the species or breed description, then don't even bother. We've never had a Rhode Island red rooster because they're well known for being aggressive. If you're concerned about it, things like turkeys and geese can be aggressive. In the background, there's their neighbor, that's Thomas. And turkeys can be aggressive, but we've chosen to deal with it by pinning him so that he doesn't think the whole property is his territory and be confrontational with guests. And so far we've had no complaints with Thomas, no problems with Thomas. He's a good boy. So, most roos or poultry of any kind that becomes aggressive cannot be reformed. We tried for 5 years with our Bob White quail. I tried for months with the Belay-Felder rooster that was in here, Noodle Doodle Roo. It could not be recoverable. So people drop off aggressive roosters all the time, and basically they think I'm going to keep it as a pet. I don't keep them. We cannot keep an aggressive animal like that, and we don't pass it on to someone else. Rooster aggression is unacceptable. We're talking about attacking you, trying to spur you, confronting you, like that one just then with that one coming up and kind of showing hackles. We give them one free pass, and then we decide they're habitual. So hens can be aggressive with humans only when you're getting their eggs. We've not actually had any problems with hens other than that, and I don't really count that against them. They can be quite mean about it, but we don't really, as long as we're not going after you, then we don't count it as anything that needs to be done anything for. So do not tolerate aggression toward humans. We don't do that on visitors' behalf, and we don't do that on our own behalf, because, you know, when we tolerated Noodle Doodle Roo for months, I was always looking behind me, waiting for him to get me. I had never been attacked by a rooster before that. This year we've had to cull 3 roosters for aggression. In the previous, I don't know how many years, 25 years of homesteading, we haven't had to cull but probably 3. So we've matched that. One reason perhaps being is that we brought them in as eggs. We didn't put them in with adult birds. They didn't learn flock hierarchy or therefore respect. Could be that, could be something else. Hard to know. So aggression toward flock mates. Some picking is going to be normal. That's just the pecking order. They have to have somebody's in charge and somebody's not. If this gets out of hand, you may want to think about switching breeds. You may want to think about adding a rooster. They'll break up hen fights, so you won't see, if you've got a good rooster, you're not going to see like a bald-backed hens where they've picked on each other. You're also going to want to watch, though, and for aggression of the rooster toward the hens. Some breeds have been bred for certain traits. When you breed something specifically for something, you breed out something, usually something good. So sometimes you get assaulting the hen rather than courting the hen. And young roosters can be kind of that way anyway. You just kind of got to let it soak and see if they're going to come out. Having a more mature rooster around can curb that. They'll stop them being over-aggressive. Roo-on-roo aggression is pretty common. The way we've dealt with that in the past and done so quite successfully. A, don't keep too many roosters. B, keep the adult rooster and then add juveniles, very young juveniles, along. They learn respect of the adult, and you don't have all the rooster fights. Eventually, if you have too many roosters or your lead rooster gets too old, then you will find that, you know, they'll take down the lead rooster, which in our experience has been kind of sad, because you'll have one for years that's really, really good and they feed chicks out of their mouth, and then you'll keep the wrong young rooster, or you'll keep too many and they'll take him off of his position. And that's natural, but at the same time, you know, kind of sad. So yeah, tolerate only a certain amount of it, of picking betwixt each other. But toward humans, no. So this has been flock aggression in poultry.